Tonight on NU Up Close, conducting research across countries and continents, an inside look into the journey of the 2025 Circumnavigator Grant recipient.
Plus, competitive comedy. Students create their own arena to boost their improv skills.
And Dolphin Show turns 83. Rehearsals are in full swing for their latest show, Footloose. All that and more tonight on NU Up Close.
It's your student features right now. Good evening and welcome to a special edition of the Northwestern News Report, NU Up Close, highlighting students and their pursuits across campus. I'm Paris Franzway.
And I'm Victoria Ryan. Let's dive right into Northwestern's vibrant dance scene. Every fall, Refusion Shaka takes the stage as the largest student-run dance production, a collaborative performance between 3 dance groups, and it features guest appearances. One such guest was Graffiti Dancers, Northwestern's premier contemporary and jazz dance group, built on community, creativity, and plenty of snack-filled rehearsals. NNN's Chelsea Robinson got an inside look at Graffiti and their prep for their Refusion Shaka guest performance this past weekend.
One of Northwestern's oldest dance groups, Graffiti Dancers, is known for its contemporary and jazz style. For many dancers, their graffiti journey began when they saw the group's performance or recruitment table at Rock the Lake.
Graffiti, I was drawn to their table. They had videos playing of them dancing at their different performances, and I could just tell they were so talented. Even though I hadn't mainly done contemporary and jazz, I was reassured because some other people had come from other different dance styles, and everybody kind of had their own unique background.
Through midterms, classes, and busy schedules, it's Graffiti's community that keeps dancers coming back.
Yeah, there's no graffiti without Trader Joe's snacks, that's for sure. And I think part of it's just there's just as much dancing as there is laughing and having a good time. And there's I think there's a lot of mentorship that I found too, which was kind of unexpected of upperclassmen that I could look up to and everything, both in a dance setting as well as academically.
Graffiti took the stage last Friday night, making a guest performance at Refusion Shaka, Northwestern's largest student dance performance.
I'm so excited for RFS guesting. I think last year as a freshman I didn't really know what I was getting myself into with RFS, but it's genuinely such an amazing time. Really the one opportunity where all of these groups are coming together, including the guest performers. So just to be a part of that environment and everyone's so supportive and welcoming, it's just nothing's like it.
Many Graffiti members choose to keep growing within the company, embracing new styles, new choreography, and new snacks along the way. Chelsea Robinson, Northwestern News Network.
Graffiti Dancers will perform in their annual winter showcase, Graphonics, on January 23rd and 24th.
Also lighting up the stage as a guest performer at Refusion Shaka was Ahana Dance Project, Northwestern's South Asian fusion dance team. NNN's Jordan Jones caught up with the group during rehearsals for the performance.
Ahana Dance Project often has the crowd on their feet, blending classical and Bollywood-inspired movement with modern choreography.
I first joined the Ahana Dance Project sort of on a whim. My friend asked me if I wanted to try out for the Bollywood dance team. It was for kicks and giggles. Kicks and Giggles became 3 2-hour practices every week, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
For many dancers, Ahana is more than a performance group. It's a space to reset, decompress, and connect.
I like that Ahana challenges me. It also gives me an outlet at the end of the day to kind of reset and be in a space where we can kind of just dance together.
At this year's Refusion Shaka, Ahana Dance took the stage, an opportunity that marks a major milestone for the team.
This is going to be one of our biggest audiences for our team, so I'm really excited to experience that crowd.
Some dancers remember what it felt like to perform at RFS and how unforgettable the energy can be.
Ahana actually performed at RFS 2 years ago, so when I was a freshman, and still to this date, that's been my favorite performance. I mean, it's the biggest dance show on campus. You have all the best teams there, and the energy is just truly unmatched.
For team leadership, Ahana is more than a commitment. It's a passion that started early.
I chose to run for co-captain of Ahana Dance Project because Ahana Dance Project was actually the first student organization I joined fall quarter of my freshman year. So by the time I had gotten to junior year, I think I was looking for a way to become more involved in the organization.
And they hope as the group grows, so does its impact on Northwestern.
My goal is for just this Northwestern student community to learn more about what South Asian dance and culture also looks like as well.
Ahana Dance Project celebrating cultural expression through movement. Jordan Jones, Northwestern News Network.
To learn more about the Ahana Dance Project, follow the group on Instagram at Ahana_Dance Project.
A town hall-style discussion with some of the Democratic candidates for Illinois' 9th Congressional District took place on campus last Thursday. In the event, planned and executed entirely by students. NNN's Nina Bowens took a look at the behind-the-scenes look at how NU Political Union and NU College Democrats put the panel together.
The Northwestern Political Union collaborated with College Democrats this past week, holding a panel discussion with candidates for Illinois' 9th Congressional District.
We are so happy to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much for showing up. We're so grateful to have all the candidates here to answer some questions, and also thank you for all of you who submitted questions ahead of time.
The event welcomed Democratic candidates Kat Abugzaleh, Daniel Biss, Bushra Amawala, and Nick Piatti to the stage.
I really would like to see what differentiates them from one another, because I think there are a lot of to me it seems like very kind of generic progressive Democrats that are running, and I want to know why they're different from one another. Why do they think that they can do this when the other candidates can't?
An estimated 80 to 100 students attended. After 30 minutes of moderated questioning, students asked their own questions on topics ranging from homelessness and gender-affirming care to ICE and the recent government shutdown.
If you think Democrats should have held on to the government shutdown, or in general should allow tactics that hurt Republicans politically and help Democrats politically, even if it means that regular people are getting hurt by it.
Planning for the event began last spring, with initial research on the 17 total Democrats on the ballot at that time.
It took a while to come together. I'd say the main part of it was really just deciding who we want to have there, what sort of messages we're trying to get students to hear, what we think would be best for the community, I guess.
One goal of the debate, getting students involved in local politics.
I think it's very important for students to be able to see the sort of election system happening in front of them, and how easy it is to get involved with that, and really just see that elections aren't something that just happen on a TV. They are something that you can go out and get involved in. And
the night was an example of student organizations coming together to provide space for discussion and inform the community. Nina Bowens, Northwestern News Network.
Both organizations are open to all students. You can attend a meeting for NU Political Union on Monday nights at 7 p.m. in Scott Hall. NU College Democrats meet every Tuesday at 7 in Annenberg Hall.
If you've seen the movie Pitch Perfect, you've already had a glimpse into Northwestern's a cappella scene, with the director of the movie being an NU alum who supposedly drew from his experiences on campus. Northwestern a cappella took center stage this weekend as Purple Haze and groups from across the Midwest came together for the Best of the Midwest showcase. NNN's Ananya Chug was there and takes us inside the music.
From high notes to high energy, the Best of the Midwest showcase brought together vocal groups from across the region, including UChicago's Run for Cover, DePaul's Take Cover, and UIUC's No Comment.
I think Best of the Midwest is really cool because you get to hear sounds that other groups and see how other groups handle things, how they do their music.
For Purple Haze, the performance took weeks of late-night rehearsals and careful arranging.
Kind of around beginning of October, we've been rehearsing these songs. We have 2 new arrangements that we've never done before. So it takes a lot of work in our rehearsal room to put together this concert.
Even as Purple Haze focuses on vocals and choreography, members say the group is about more than just music. It's a place to grow, support one another, and find friendship in the middle of busy student lives.
We are genuinely so close. These are 100% the people I will talk to most after I graduate. I am 100% myself in this group.
And as groups from across the Midwest came together on one stage, performers say nights like this remind them why they sing, for the crowd, but also for each other. Ananya Chug, Northwestern News Network.
Purple Haze will continue performing through winter quarter. You can find information about upcoming shows on their Instagram at PurpleHazeNU. Coming up, learn about one McCormick student conducting research at a Feinberg lab and how it hits close to home.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Ready, set, piano!
Welcome back. Northwestern allots $3.5 million towards undergraduate research each year, giving students the chance to pursue unique opportunities both on campus and abroad. One opportunity, the Circumnavigator Grant, awards a student with $10,000 for global research. The students required to visit 5 countries on 3 different continents for their research. NNN's Ben Dannemiller spoke with the 2025 grant recipient.
2025 Circumnavigator Grant winner Maya Crady has traveled the globe.
I was crossing the equator almost every time I took a flight.
Researching minority language revival in 5 countries.
I looked at cities and countries where multiple languages are spoken, but there is this sort of hierarchy between majority languages and minority languages, and the minority languages often go forgotten. So
Through her research, discussing differences in government policy.
in Wales, Wales was a country where Welsh is very much part of sort of the government effort to include language in visual spaces. In South Africa has 11 official languages, and even more than that are spoken in the country, but really you only really see English and Afrikaans.
And gaining insight on domestic issues from a global perspective.
In the US, we sort of overlook Indigenous Native American languages a lot. And I think a lot of these countries have implemented policies that we could definitely implement in the US.
Grant advisor Peter Savetta hopes future awardees also take a solutions-based approach.
How do we not just say that there is a problem, but how do we address that?
Global research aiming to solve global problems. Ben Dannemiller, Northwestern News Network.
While applications for next year's grant have closed, anyone interested in applying for the 2027 grant should reach out to the Office of Undergraduate Research.
And back in Chicago, Northwestern's Human Agility Lab works to address mobility issues for people with neurological injuries. NNN's Chris Kim stepped into the lab to find more about their research.
On 645 North Michigan Avenue, up the 11th floor, and in Northwestern's Feinberg School of Medicine, Human Agility Lab Director Keith Gordon's research focuses on the intricate mechanics behind how we walk.
We take that knowledge and conduct research to try and apply it to actually improve physical therapies, help us improve interventions that will then help a person improve their ability to walk.
After connecting with the lab last winter, Emily Shannonfeld proposed a new project evaluating different step counting devices for people with incomplete spinal cord injuries.
There are a variety of commercially available step counting devices, but they haven't necessarily been verified as accurate in this participant population.
For Ryan Carell, a participant in the study, having an accurate step counter could help him take charge of his fitness goals.
You become somewhat sedentary in your lifestyle when you have the spinal cord injury. Then they're like, yeah, keep up with 10,000 steps. And I'm like, I'm lucky to hit 50 a day sometimes.
Shannonfeld demonstrating tests participants do with the different step counters.
These are supposed to sort of simulate different environments where walking might differ slightly to understand if the step counters are still accurate even in different conditions.
Inspired by personal experience, Shannonfeld hopes her findings help address people's mobility challenges.
That's something that I experienced personally when I had spinal fusion and I was using a walker to get around. And so just understanding how different technologies are made, how they can be made to help people is something that is really exciting to me.
While her study is just getting started, the lab is taking next steps to make getting around a walk in the park. Chris Kim, Northwestern News Network.
Students interested in research opportunities can visit the Human Agility Lab's website for more information. Anyone with limited experience can still get involved with research at NU. For more information, visit undergradresearch.northwestern.edu.
Many students use LinkedIn to make industry connections, look for jobs, or share professional milestones. But Weinberg third-year Julia Lee uses the platform to share career-building advice with her more than 12,000 followers. Julia is here in studio with us now to share more about how she became a LinkedIn influencer. Thank you for joining us, Julia. What made you want to become a thought leader on LinkedIn, and how did you grow your platform?
Yeah, of course. So I think the first thing I did was I wanted to document my skills. I actually didn't think I was smart enough to become a thought leader on LinkedIn, since I actually barely landed my internship the previous summer, and now I'm having a lot of opportunity to choose from. But I guess the first thing that helped me want to have a presence on LinkedIn is that it helps you document what you're doing, and you don't have to be perfect at everything. So I documented my failures as I learned how to do cold DMs, and also how to really become a community leader and be able to dive into the SF Star community without even being in SF.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So, what topics do you sort of cover, and how do you share? What kind of content or what kind of posts are you sharing to your followers on LinkedIn?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I wanted to figure out how can I DM everyone and use LinkedIn to its fullest extent. And by doing so, I literally sent over 500 plus messages in a span of 3 days for over a month and a half, by figuring out the best cold DM template for any industry, big tech, startup, venture capital. And I guess recently I learned how to break into the startup scene at San Francisco, so taught how to break into startups. Now I'm keeping up that how to break into series and focus on how to break into venture capital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know I first got a LinkedIn account when I first came to Northwestern. I'd never used it before. So do you have any advice for students that are just joining the platform and they're wanting to get the most out of it that they can?
Yeah. I think the first thing that I would do is document any milestone that you have or any progress failures that you have immediately, whether it's something that you built a startup and you failed, or you actually did an exam and you failed. Those are things that you can still document, and the best thing about it is that most of the recruiters will see it and be like, wow, she stands out more than people that don't post. And especially with how, I guess how cooked the job market is, it helps you really increase your visibility of your skills and then be seen by the right people. And that's basically how you use LinkedIn to its fullest extent.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I like giving us a little boost in a cooked job market. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Julia. If you want to give her a follow, you can find her at Julia Lee on LinkedIn.
With over 500 student athletes across campus, there is plenty to be celebrated, both on and off the field. Each year, 6 junior student athletes are presented with a Kabiller Award from the Kabiller NU for Life program. NNN's Lilia Tekla sat down with one of the honorees.
Sometimes the sports you find later in life change everything. For Talia Reading, lacrosse came later, but it stuck hard.
My little brother was a lacrosse player in life and one of my best friends growing up. So it was kind of a sport I was surrounded by, but never one I touched until high school.
Reading played multiple different sports before choosing lacrosse. She says the sport encompasses it all.
There's so much learning in the game. Defense is similar to basketball. It has bits and pieces of soccer in there. It's fast like field hockey. It's just such a fun game.
As a defender, she's learned a lot.
It's taught me, how to love, how to be disciplined, how to be resilient, how to have courage. I feel like what hasn't lacrosse taught me?
The Irving Kabiller Memorial Award gives 6 athletes professional development experience. For Reading, that includes getting on a helicopter for the first time.
This just kind of opens the world, creates a network, things like that, and I'm just so grateful.
Post-grad, she plans to serve and soar, flying rescue helicopters for the Coast Guard.
Service has always been a huge part of who I am.
Reading says skills she's learned in the game will stick with her in future work.
Like joining Northwestern Lacrosse, I have joined a family. The community gets so small, but it's also so big.
Talia is one of the most hardworking, passionate, and driven people that I've ever gotten the chance to play with, and playing with her has been such a joy. She pushes me to be a better person and a better teammate.
Talia says her journey here at Northwestern has prepared her well.
Those are people that I hope to have at my wedding, keep in touch with forever. Like, they are just my best of best friends.
She says knowing and loving Northwestern lacrosse is one and the same. Lulia Tekle, Northwestern News Network.
Reading hopes the award will help her attend the Heli Expo conference to further her career aspirations in global aviation emergency relief. And up next, improv meets sports at Northwestern's competitive comedy club. More when we come back.
Trying to work my way out of the prison system was the most difficult challenge of my life. It only became tangible once I became a Northwestern student.
One, two, three, four.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Welcome back. Have you ever wondered what it takes to put together one of the over 80 student theater productions held each year at Northwestern? NNN's Ryan Weisblum has an ogre view of the upcoming production of Shrek the Musical.
Story of my life, rooted from the ball.
Musicals are like onions. No, they don't stink. Rather, musicals have layers. There is so much that goes into putting together a successful campus performance, both on stage and behind the scenes.
You know, I'm lucky enough to work with an amazing producer, and producer and director kind of get to helm the production. And then within that, we have a huge team of designers in every department that you could think of.
This is Shrek the Musical, the next in a seemingly endless string of Northwestern student productions. The performance is this coming weekend and will be open to Northwestern students and children in the Evanston community. But for the student cast and crew, preparation for opening night started months ago.
So we're rehearsing for about 6 weeks for this production. We rehearse 20 hours a week, Monday through Thursday and Saturday. So it's a pretty long rehearsal process.
A lot of the preparation is just going around my apartment and singing at the top of my lungs every song that I need to go over. I usually text my roommate, I'm like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna sing, and then I start singing. Keep your big, bright, beautiful world.
Preparation for all aspects of the production.
So I'm one of the co-music directors. So me and one other person make up the music team, and we both kind of have an equal role in sort of creating the musical vision for this show.
Playing Shrek, a dream role for Rodriguez.
It meant a lot because I had been dreaming of being this role since like 5th grade when I first saw the show. And as soon as I heard that they were doing it here on campus, I was just so excited to audition.
Now that it's all coming together, the Shrek crew is looking forward to the performances.
So I hope that people leave the show feeling inspired and motivated, in addition to feeling kind of in awe of the impact that theater in general and storytelling in general is able to have on children.
Shrek the Musical, showing the value of hard work, preparation, and a touch of fairy tale magic. Ryan Weisblum, Northwestern News Network.
Shrek the Musical will hold performances this Friday and Saturday. That's November 21st and 22nd in the Norris Lewis Room.
There are many student professional organizations on campus, but what is it like to actually start one? NNN's Marcela Cano is here in studio to chat with one student taking on this initiative.
Thanks, Paris. Feinberg senior Ben Martinez is here tonight to talk about how he and others are working to start Northwestern's chapter of the Association of Latino Professionals for America, or ALPHA. Thanks, Ben, for being here. Can you start off by telling us a bit about why you decided to bring an ALPHA chapter to Northwestern?
Yeah, of course. I want to start off with thank you for this opportunity. It's really great to highlight ALPHA. I would say the first time I actually heard about ALPHA was when I was a sophomore. So I always had the mind of like, oh, I really want to explore the business field, but there wasn't really any clubs or any organizations on campus that was barrier-free. I was applying to different clubs. They all asked for a resume. They all had an interview process, and I was like, hey, this is not fair. I want to see something that I could just get in and explore all the opportunities that I could get. So I ended up talking to a few folks during my internship last summer at Discover Financial Services, and I heard about ALPHA. And ALPHA is the Association of Latino Professionals for America, and they both have a undergrad and professional network across the United States. And I was like, hey, this is a great opportunity. I should definitely bring it to campus, and people should, take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for people who might not be familiar, what does ALPHA actually do, and how does it support Latino students?
Yeah, so I would say ALPHA gives the opportunity to first-generation, low-income, Latino-identifying students who want to explore the business field. It shouldn't be like just finance and marketing, but also goes to human resources. It goes to legal aid. It goes to literally anything that you could think of. And something that I really want to bring into campus was that opportunity for them to explore these opportunities. It goes from mentorship to scholarships to even a national convention. Last summer, it was held in Las Vegas. Next year is going to be in Charlotte. So a bunch of different companies are going to be there giving full-time opportunities, internship opportunities, as well as panels. So you get to, grow that professional development overall.
Yeah, and I know that starting the chapter here at Northwestern has been kind of a work in progress this quarter. Can you kind of tell us what challenges that you and your team have faced?
Yeah, I would say very early on in the quarter, we had a little bit of trouble promoting it. I'm working with my colleague Mariana. She's also one of the co-founders who has been helping me throughout the whole process. And there's very limited opportunities for our promotion. We can't really establish an Instagram or a LinkedIn or anything. But what we were able to overcome it was putting out flyers throughout campus, spreading the word of mouth. Mariana and I are very close with different Latino identifying students across campus, and they thought it was a great idea. So we were able to get 50 plus students interested just starting this quarter. Another challenge that we faced was, I would say, getting approved. As many other clubs have put in an application this quarter, SOA been taking a while to get us notified, but we're very hoping that we're gonna get notified soon, and just keep an eye out there for anything that comes up.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Ben, for being here. For students watching who might want to get involved, you can reach out to Ben on email. That's benjaminmartinez2026@u.northwestern.edu.
Ideas for new clubs are always flowing for students, and one of those has officially pushed Northwestern into overtime. That's not in football, not in basketball, but in improv sports comedy. NNN's Raksha Jayakumar talked to Overtime about their competitive comedy club.
Overtime's fresh take on comedy often attracts crowds on campus. Club founder Ani Capilio came up with the idea her freshman year.
I thought that there should be more voices heard in the comedy scene here, and like a new, fresh group to hop on the scene. And I really, really liked the concept of competitive, friendly, yet competitive improv.
I'm hitting two people at once, Sofia.
I don't want these anymore. It's not that.
Capilio says improv is an important skill for actors because it builds their confidence.
I think to have fun as an actor and to have fun as a performer, you need to have the ability to really think on the fly, be like in your body and on your feet. Like you need to be a complete vessel that's unafraid to make big choices.
The sports aspect of overtime comes from its competitive nature. Two teams face each other in various improv challenges, and the audience chooses the winner. Interacting with the crowd is a key aspect of overtime shows.
Our first show, the energy of our first show, every seat was filled. People were standing in the back. People were trying to, figure out where to sit. It was absolutely packed. There was so much anticipation.
Since that first show, the group continues to receive overwhelming support.
We get a lot of love at our shows, and it's really great to be able to kind of like tell my friends to come to something, to like see me perform.
Overtime, bringing their A game to each performance. Raksha J. Kumar, Northwestern News Network.
You too can be part of the audience at Overtime's next show this Thursday in Lewis Hall. Admission is free, so be sure to get there early to beat the line.
These students can't keep their feet still for long. Tonic Tap, Northwestern's only tap dance group, producing student choreographed shows throughout the year. NNN's Darnsimi Bankole went to one of their rehearsals to find out more.
Founded in 2001, Tonic Tap is a student-run performance group that choreographs all its own work. Members rehearse throughout the year for two major shows: Graphonics, a collab with graffiti dance in the winter, and their spring show, which will mark the group's 25th anniversary this year.
It's such a malleable art form that I think can kind of fit whatever phase of life you're in. Right now, it's definitely like a release or a creative escape. I think it balances out my life really well.
Pansel says the group gives dancers a chance to explore the style in new ways.
I've just learned more about like the art form of tap since being in Tonic and coming here. It's education, it's communication, and it's like community.
She says tap's variety often surprises people.
Tap is a often like misunderstood art form. I think different people have different perceptions of it, and they're all valid and they all exist within the art form, which I think is what is often misunderstood. There's so many pockets of it, and it differs across the country and across the globe. Tonic is just one example of one type of tap.
Company manager Marcus Dowd has been tapping since middle school and says Tonic keeps him connected to the art form.
Staying involved in tap is something that I'm like super passionate about, especially as someone who does a lot of musical theater. Tap dancing is the roots of our musical theater like art form as we know it today. And so as much as I can like pass it along to like communities of color and people that are like not necessarily uplifted by like the institutions that control dance today, I want to give it back to the people that like created it. Tap is especially expressive because it's musical and movement. I think like the marriage of those two things makes it like extremely powerful and like really sensory engaging for an audience.
As Tonic prepares for its upcoming winter show, members continue learning new choreography and working towards their 25th anniversary performance later this spring. Darshmi Bankole, Northwestern News Network.
Tonic's next performance, Graphonics, a collaboration with graffiti dancers, will take place January 23rd and January 24th. Up next, The Dolphin Show is back for its 83rd year with Footloose. We'll show you what's in store.
I'm Kelly McEvers, founding host of the NPR podcast Embedded.
I'm James Edwards, host of the Unresolved podcast from Frontline.
I'm Antonia Cereijido, former senior producer of Anything for Selena podcast and current executive producer at Elias Studios.
My narrative, since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition, has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Student Holdings, a student-run nonprofit that manages several campus businesses like Res Essentials, launched a new startup this quarter. I caught up with the founders of Willie's Wallet to learn more about how the rollout has gone and their planned upgrade. Pay $5 each quarter, get special discounts at various Evanston businesses. That's the business model of Willie's Wallet, a student-run website offering coupons for a subscription fee.
It's really a win-win in the sense that students can now explore at kind of a lower price point, and business owners can get kind of new customers that they weren't getting before.
The idea to better connect Northwestern students and Evanston businesses. With unique Willie's Wallet discounts, students can discover area stores like these and walk away with a good deal.
Setting up meetings with business owners to really understand where they were at in terms of their connection with students and how they felt that could improve. And kind of the product we have right now is based off everything we've heard from these business owners.
Willie's Wallet coupons different from the Wildcat Advantage discounts offered through NU.
We've tried to push a lot of our businesses to offer shorter term discounts that are usually a little higher in their percentage off compared to some of the longer term wildcard discounts.
1 quarter in, Willie's Wallet is upgrading, rebranding their website, building an app, and applying for residency in the garage.
Because we are uniquely a startup, we also wanted a lot of help and funding and mentorship, I guess, that we can get uniquely from the garage as well. So a lot of those things are changing. We recently built up our team of marketing people and tech people, so now we have a lot more people who are able to help work on the app.
More than just local discounts, Willie's Wallet and Student Holdings are a training ground for student entrepreneurship.
Especially for me as a sophomore, it's kind of insane that I get to do this in the first place. So it's like giving us all of these kinds of opportunities, giving other students opportunities while they're in their undergraduate year so they can really explore that.
The business's future continually being shaped by new student members.
We're actually kind of creating something that people in the future will get to build on. And I think that's something that's really exciting to me and something that Student Holdings really kind of is at the core of Student Holdings, is the fact that we're really able to kind of create a mark and then allow for others to come in and keep building on what we've done.
The Willie's Wallet app is set to launch in spring quarter. Right now, you can check out their website at willieswallet.com.
And speaking of student creations, the largest student-produced musical in the country happens right here at NU. This winter, the 83rd Annual Dolphin Show is performing Footloose. NNN's Morgan Lawson-Mole got a sneak peek into their rehearsal process.
The Norris Wildcat Welcome Room is bustling with music and movement on a Saturday morning in preparation for this year's Dolphin Show.
I was really excited to be cast, and especially in Footloose, because I think that right now, we need a lot of joy in our world.
Students are saying that this year's show is especially relevant.
I think what's really exciting about our story is that it is one that is important to the times right now and has a message that people can walk away and reflect on.
This musical is providing a storyline that doesn't have good and evil characters. It has people, and people in all of their aspects and all of their being, and it's not cut and dry. And we get to see people change over time, over the course of the show, open their minds and respect each other. And I think that's something that's really relevant right now.
Anyone can get involved in the Dolphin Show.
For anyone who's thinking about maybe doing it in the future, it's a super easy, it's a barrier-free process. It's a very welcoming environment, and you will definitely make friends.
I am really heartened by the fact that the community here is so incredibly welcoming. Sometimes you might not find that in all theater spaces.
Horton hopes many come out to support all those who have worked incredibly hard on the show.
This is an effort of over 100 students on campus, people who work really hard to make sure that you all are entertained in your seats. So please come out and support, come see the show, you're gonna have a good time. That's what we've been working so hard to make sure happens.
You definitely don't want to miss out on Footloose this winter. Morgan Lawson-Mall, Northwestern News Network.
You can catch this year's Dolphin Show at Cotton Auditorium from January 23rd to the 31st. More information is available on the NU Dolphin Show website and on Instagram at NU Dolphin Show.
I really loved seeing and hearing all about what students at NU are doing in performance and the arts and science. I think it's amazing and really is in our DNA.
Yeah, definitely, and it was really cool to see some of the newer clubs too, and I can't wait to see what all of them are going to be up to winter quarter.
Yeah, well, that's all the time we have for tonight on NU Up Close.
Thank you for joining us this quarter. We'll see you back in January. From all of us here at the Northwestern News Network, I'm Victoria Ryan.
And I'm Paris Franzway. Have a good night.